We are back. Let me tell y'all, man, I don't know what's up in the air. Maybe I need to, these allergies, my chest hurt, my throat hurt, my just allergies. Like, I don't know what. I don't know if it's the Rona. I don't know, but I had to get through this show because y'all are want me to go live. I got my notes here. Shout out to the producers. I got my notes here. We're going to be doing a review of Chasing Atlanta episode. This is season 5, episode 3. We're going to be covering the Fox Soul to increase some ratings. We're going to be talking about that with her interviewing the infamous, the one that called black women monkeys and, all that stuff. We're gonna be interviewing. We're gonna be covering that and increasing some ratings over there. So we're gonna definitely talk about it. Okay, but let's get into Chasing Atlanta. All right, this is episode 3, and Rico. It was up over Rico with the K and Oliver talking and all of that. And I'm like, they going back and forth and they still talking. I'm like, okay, all right. Let's get over it. Talking about this whole Kendra situation. I'm like, really not feeling it. I really don't want to see Oliver in no mess, but I think Oliver needs to be in mess to be relevant on the show. But he's so talented as a rapper. I do want to say that he's very, very talented as a rapper. But then they was playing fighting, but the previous episode made it seem like they were fighting for real. So I thought it was like a real fight, but it wasn't. And I'm kind of glad it wasn't a real fight because it would have been so random to see Oliver and Rico with a K fighting, but they were playing, rolling around on the ground during a pandemic. Okay. So then it goes to Kendra hosting it. She couldn't host it at her house because she ain't got no house. I'm just saying she don't have a house. I think she have like 4 or 5 roommates from Rumors on the Curve. So she really can't host an event at her own house because she stay with other people. She just don't have a place to bring all of those trans women to give their story. It was very beautiful because the trans women, they were giving their stories, their experience. Kendra was talking about her, you know what I'm saying? Being an escort and how she had to escort and, to make ends meet. Typical type of story from a trans woman. I know I have friends that are trans that escort. They make good money. I got one particular friend makes bank, okay? Thousands upon thousands of dollars. And it's very quick money. And it's a lot of white men. Do y'all hear me? It's a lot of white men that be getting the trans girls, be paying for them. They be paying good money. A lot of white men with money. And they be going to Minnesota. Can I say that? They be going down to Minnesota a lot. And that's a very lucrative place in Minnesota. I don't know what's in the water in Minnesota, but they be going to Minnesota and they make, bags of thousands to thousands of dollars. Okay. But she was saying, and then also, what's the other cast member name? Willa said that, she had her experience that she was doing hair, but she got into the lifestyle because of quick money. Now, sometimes a lot of trans women get criticized that they get into the lifestyle for the fast money. Now, that is for some trans women get into the lifestyle for fast money. Then you have some trans women because of discrimination or where they stay, it's so hard for them to keep employment. But then you have those stories of trans women of some trans women that will just escort because the money is so great. And some trans women don't want to get a regular job at McDonald's, Burger King, Chili's, because they make thousands of dollars when it comes to selling themselves. They make thousands. And so I'm going to make that perfectly. They make thousands of dollars. All right. And so they don't want to go ahead on and do regular jobs. So we have that. Then it was a trans man, very attractive. I think trans men get a better, they don't get a lot of flack. And maybe I will get a trans woman on my show. We could talk about it, but they don't get a lot of flack like trans women. Like trans women get a lot of flack. They come at trans women hard, but you rarely hear trans men getting, and maybe that's the privilege of being a man, a trans man, because men have privilege in this society. You don't really see the media coming at trans men like that, but they come at trans women a lot, but they don't come at with women that transition into men. And you don't even know, like it's some trans men out here, you don't even know that they were born a woman. I've met some trans men that, I mean, you don't even, like, you couldn't even tell that they were born a woman. Like they voice, and some voices even deeper than mine. I had one of my roommates, he was very intimate with a trans man. He was this man a strict bottom, but he started dealing with a trans man, and the trans man got the yoni. They don't have they got the yoni. I'm talking about a trans man with the yoni, and he started dealing with that, and he started falling in love, and he liked it. And I said, wow, it shocked me because he's a bottom. But he started dealing with the trans man, and he started giving that trans man some peen, and he even thought he got the trans man pregnant. That's a woman that transitioned into a man, and he still had the yoni. All right. Some actually get the rod, they get the surgery to get the rod, but most of them have the yoni. Okay. And so I had a roommate, he was getting it in with that. I heard the noises. I said, wow. Really? How was it? He said, it was amazing. I said, really? How was it? It was amazing. So the trans man was there, and they said, oh my God, he's so attractive, very attractive. All right, I didn't get his information. They didn't even post his information. So I was trying to find like his Instagram so I can go in his DMs or something. You did a really good job. Okay, are you single? I'm joking. Then it gets to Aaron. Now, Aaron got some controversy because Aaron is a singer. He's an amazing singer, but certain people say Aaron is a scammer. Okay. Aaron Thomas, some people say he's a scammer. I know it was one particular person named Roland Rebel said he was scammed out of money from Aaron. And not only that person, it was another person that was scammed from Aaron. Let me see if I can get that person name. That person actually went to the bank to dispute the charges because he was scammed. His name was Corday, another artist in Atlanta that was scammed by Aaron. And they said that Corday went to the bank and he tried to dispute the charges because he was supposed to do some music and some beats and stuff, did not get it. And the man and Aaron took the money and just ran with the money. But you got to be careful when you give money from girls that's living from hotel to motel, from Airbnb and stuff like that, living in their cars and stuff like that. You got to be very cautious who you give your money to because it's a lot of scammers in Atlanta. It is what it is. It's a lot of scammers everywhere, but they live and breathe in Atlanta. So you have to be very, very careful who you give your money to. But he gave his money to that. And of course, I think Corday got his money back. Let me see if I can bring Corday on here. You can talk about it. Give me a second while we're talking about this real quick. Give me a second. I don't know if he's available. I don't know if he up. Because, I just call people. I just put them on Front Street. Okay. And I discussed this months ago. I discussed this months ago, but it's more relevant now because Aaron on the show. All right, he probably sleep or probably with his man. All right, so all that came on, but Aaron can really sing, and I'm like, and I was saying to myself, like, why would you try to be a scammer and you can sing? Go out there on the street and sing. Okay, go out there on the street and sing. He have an amazing voice. He have an amazing voice. The man can sing. He got background singers, and I'm like, you know, uh, he can sing, so he's very talented. And so Cameron said he had lost his son. Let me break that down. Cameron said he lost his son in the gay community. All right, you have Icon in New York. He knows this. You would get, like, say for instance, I'm like 18 or I'm like 16 or 17. I meet an older gay guy. He makes me his gay son. Okay, Wiley, I'm gonna be your father, and I'm gonna be your gay father, and you're gonna be my daughter, or something like that. And it's like a mentorship. All right. So he had a gay son that was taken out, I think, by their boyfriend, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But he had lost his son. And people say, oh my gosh, he had a son. It's not his biological son. It was his gay son and stuff like that. There's something in the community, and stuff like that. So the people in the community know what it is. But a lot of the women, a lot of the cisgender women was confused. They was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know he had a son. When did he have a son? Like, he's talking about his gay son. So that's what he was talking about in the chat. So it kind of like brought some tears. And I actually had a gay father, like someone that was missing me in the gay community. And he's no longer with us. He passed on, and he's real short. And he was like mentoring me anytime I was in some mess. He would have meetings, like people would come at him like, I'm gonna come for your son and stuff like that in the community. He was like a good mentor, but he was a scammer. Yeah, he was. I will tell you that he was a scammer. I got to put that out there because he did scam. All right, he knew how to work with the license plate, some type of scam he had, but he's no longer with us. May he rest in peace, but he was a scammer. I definitely want to put that out there. Kellen was definitely a scammer, but may he rest in peace. All right. So let's move on from that. Then it gets to Oliver back with his man, and I'm like, okay, I'm here for it. I thought Oliver wasn't in a relationship. I thought Oliver was single, but you really see him back with his man. I'm like, I thought he was single or something like that. I said, this is amazing. Oliver is back, with his boyfriend. He's just an amazing guy. Oliver is still technically the star of the show. He's still the face of Chasing Atlanta. And he's really a boss, and he makes good money. And that's amazing. Like when he's talking about his verification, I mean, he get the check from T.S. Madison from editing her work. Then he get the check from T.S. Madison for being on her reality show. Then he get a check from Fox Soul for doing the artwork and doing the editing for Fox Soul. He gets that check. Then he gets a check from Dr. Heavily. They do artwork for that. Did he get a check for Funky Dineva for doing his artwork, his editing and stuff like that? Then Oliver is paid. He gets checks. So that's one thing I can say about Oliver. He's not cheap. He's very expensive. I tried to hire him for some editing work, and I'm saying, okay, I'm gonna just stay with my little editor, my little graphic designer, because he's very expensive. If you want some editing work from Oliver and some graphics done from Oliver, it's very expensive. I'm gonna just tell you that. But his work is incredible. And then he's doing amazing stuff on his YouTube channel. Like, he's not really getting the credit. Like, this man have literally interviewed a lot of the American Top Model, contestants on his show. It's amazing. He don't really get that credit like that. Like, that man literally interviewed the contestants and brought them on camera, having amazing interviews and bringing it up. And he actually got a phone call from Tyra Banks. It's amazing. Okay, and also I want to talk about, I want to talk about Troy. Shout out to Troy. He was hosting on the cell phone, and he got He had got a conversation with who was that younger May. I'm like, I'm really feeling for Troy. He's really trying. I just wish Troy had some microphone, had like a production. Because like when you do the red carpet, at least get a camera and get like a microphone instead of using a phone. Because you bringing all them germs on your phone, and that's something that I hope he sprayed that phone down, because you just can't have everybody on your cell phone like breathing their breath and them germs just all on that phone. Like, I'm like, really? This is what we doing here? You worse than that reporter that tried to cover the case of the Cardi B trial, and you was using a phone, and at least he had a mic, but the mic wasn't connected. But I'm just really feeling that for Troy. Also, too, I'm just saying, Kendra, they brought up a conversation, and Kendra was like, do you have a problem with Troy? She was like, no, I don't have a problem with Troy. Rain the Pain have a problem with Troy, and we definitely came at with Wayne the Pain. Let me tell y'all, I said from the fact that Wayne the Pain want to be a cast member. Like, y'all just give this man, let that man be a cast member, because he don't want to be a manager. And if he is a manager, he's doing a terrible job for Kendra. All right, let's go to this. Then Dominique was like, he was like, Rico Castanine said he's gonna drop something on me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like what in the world? What in the world is going on? What in the world is going on? So then he goes to Oliver, and Kendra was playing tennis, and I was like, Kendra, what do you got on? Do you got on some high heels trying to play tennis? I'm like, if this is what we doing here, so they up here playing some tennis. Then they had a conversation. This is one of my best parts of the scene. Oliver asked her, how your grandmother doing? Her grandmother had a stroke, and I teared up because my grandmother had a stroke. And my grandmother was very active. She was walking, she was driving, she was still working, and she had a stroke. And now she's on, a walker, and she's in a wheelchair. She's just sitting in one little spot and watch her shows. But my grandmother was very, 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 very active. And to see her now is not, I got to get used to that grandmother. But I really teared up for Kendra. I teared up for myself. But I thank God that my grandmother's still alive. But I did tear up when Kendra was talking about her grandmother. And I did tear up even when Oliver was talking about his mother is declining in her health, something going on with her health. And I teared up because you only get one mother. And people need to realize that you only get one mother. You don't get 2-3 mothers. You only get one. And so when he was having that conversation about his mother declining health, he's the only child, there have to be a lot of stress. So y'all make sure y'all pray for Oliver. Make sure y'all give Oliver some noise. Make sure y'all definitely send Oliver your prayers, because that's a lot to deal with. So I hope that his mom feel better and that she have a speedy recovery. Now, this is my favorite. My favorite part of the show. And this is Dominique boyfriend or fiance. He's a personal trainer, looks good, chocolate, tall, everything. He's a personal trainer. So they have this conversation, and Dominique was sitting down. He said, I need to work out. So him and his boyfriend, him and his fiance, they just sitting down talking. And he was like, we had so many death in our family. You lost your father. I quit my job to be an entrepreneur. We're going through a lot of stress. We go through so much. Sometimes I don't even want to have sex. We don't even have energy to have sex. And I said, you know what, Dominique? Your priorities is messed up. Your priorities, you in so much mess and drama. You better take care of that man, or somebody else gonna take care of him. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. You better take care of your man. Don't be bringing all that mess, and you so messy and so tired out from mess that you can't even have sex with your man. Come on. Like, you didn't even hardly let the man, even you let your boyfriend talk. Like, you was so much in mess and bringing all that mess. Like, your priorities are messed up. I can understand if you was getting $600,000 from chasing Atlanta. I can understand it. Then that could be a priority. But y'all not getting This is a hard truth. Many of the cast members don't want to hear this. They're not getting hundreds of thousands of dollars to be on the show. What it is publicity. Maybe some doors open up. You get all these hundreds of thousands of views. But are you getting a check from the show? The answer is no. So don't give that show so much of your energy that when you come home, you can't even give your husband or your fiance. Y'all can't even get it on in 2 weeks and stuff like that. That's problems. It's already starting off wrong. And you live in Atlanta. Man, they had to slop that man up like a biscuit up there in Atlanta. And he a trainer. It only take one client that will provide for him, won't bring him no mess, will work out, be peaceful, and give him everything that he want to do. All right? If not, he ain't doing that already. I don't know because I don't stay in Atlanta. I said I was gonna go to Atlanta and let him train me because he's a trainer. I'm just saying, don't be in all that mess, and you can't even get it in on with your man and all that. Let's move on. Okay. Now, Drew Friday, I don't know if this is a drag queen, I'm assuming, but Drew Friday she looked like she just got out of the pool. And I'm like, Drew Friday, I think that's her name. Her confessionals look like she was dipped in the water, and somebody said, "Girl, you got to do your confessionals." What? Who told her to do that? Who was her friend to say, "Girl"? It looked like she looked like she went to the shower, dipped in the pool, dried off and stuff like that, and said, "I got to do my confessionals." Who told her to do that? I'm just okay. So she's at the photo shoot with Jay and Kendra, and he want to have a shoe line, a clothing line, a wine line. Like I'm like, now hold on, Jay. You're doing too many lines. First, wait till your wine line is successful. Then you move on to the shoe line. Then you move on to the clothing line. You're doing a little bit too much. That's the problem. A lot of you gays, y'all try to have 15 different businesses and all of them flop because you're putting your energy in too much. Just get one business, build your foundation of that one business first. Then, okay, that business successful is lucrative. Then you want to get you another business. It's okay. But stop trying to start so many startups. And that's why that's why a lot of these people they struggle because they try to do too much. That was the problem with Lauren London. She was opening up these shops. She was opening up all these businesses. And I'm like, oh my, and then it was getting shut down. And I'm like, you're doing a little bit too much. Just focus on one business. Do that for a couple of years, and then pray on it, and then see if you can transition to something else. All right, let's go to Rico with a K. Then he did a media event, and the place was empty. It was just media. And I'm like, listen, Rico with a K, you got to expand out of Atlanta. The world is bigger than Atlanta. Like 20 people was in that event. You could have came to Atlanta. You could have came to Dallas and did the media event, and it probably would have been more people would have came and saw you. Like Rico with a K it was a good idea, but you trying to invite all of these media outlets for free. They're not getting paid. You know what I'm saying? And then try to come to Atlanta. You could have had that, and it was a good idea, but you should have had that media day virtually. You need to do more virtual interviews with media. You got TTTB, you got the Wiley Show, you got Scotty T Nature, you got the Armon Wiggins Show, you got Tasha K. It's so much media that you could really be on and popping. And you could have done that virtually because you only had about 3 or 4 folks up in there. I'm just saying. Okay. So I'm just trying to give you an idea that could have been done virtually. All right. And I love you, Rico, but I gotta be real. I'm not gonna get, just because you're attractive and you're an attractive man, don't mean I can't be real with you. I got to be real. All right. So then that happened. Then outside, give me a second with the Drew person. What's her name? with the Drew person, because she shared her Drew Friday. She shared her status, and I hope we live in a world that we don't have to like share our statuses. You know, like oh, I just want everybody to know I am positive. Like I hope we live in society where we don't have to share that unless like you're sleeping with that person. Like they need to know that information. I hope that we live in a world that we don't even have to like share that. I hope it be a cure. Eventually, we will, in my lifetime, we will have a cure for like HIV. Because I'm like, why do we have to share that? And sometimes people do announcements. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that we can live in a society where we don't even have to use that as an announcement. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like when she shared it, I'm like, are you sharing it for publicity? Are you sharing it for sympathy? Are you sharing it for camera time? Because that was very random. Like, why are you just randomly just gonna share? I just want everybody. We talking about something else, and you just gonna randomly say, "Well, I'm positive." I'm like, why did you have to say that? That was random, but okay. I'm glad you're living in your truth. I'm glad that you're healthy. I'm glad that you're undetected. I'm glad that you're taking your meds. I'm all happy for it, but it was about random that you just said it. That was just me. All right. I'm gonna move on. I'm just saying. So then it gets to to the party. Give me a second. They get to the they have this event. I think Jay and Oliver is having a spa day at this place, and they kept saying it's not an Airbnb. Clearly, it's Airbnb. None of y'all live in that mansion. See, this is the problem that I get triggered. This is when I get triggered. None of y'all live in that mansion. And then they're in the comments, this is not an Airbnb. That's not an Airbnb. That is an Airbnb. That ain't your property. Well, you get an Airbnb or you rent that space, y'all don't own it. Don't try to make it seem like y'all own that mansion, that 2.7 million mansion. See, that's what we're not gonna go for. Okay? I'm just saying. Oh, hold on. I ain't got my logo up here. Hold on 1 second. My bad. My bad. I was doing some and I need to have it up there. Give me a second, you guys. Let me put it up there. Hold on. Do I have it? Oh, give me a second. Oh, and Oliver in the chat. That's not an Airbnb. I'm like, but what is it? Is that your house? I'm just saying, is that your house? Do you live there? No, I'm just asking a question. Do you live there? I'm just saying. Because y'all is I don't know what y'all is putting it up there like, oh yeah, this the Airbnb. That's not Airbnb. I'm like, but that ain't y'all house. Y'all stay in apartments. See, this like don't play with the audience. Don't play with the audience emotions. It was Airbnb. Like don't try to act like that's y'all producer's place. That ain't y'all producer's place. Y'all don't own the place. Y'all are not owners of the place. It's an Airbnb. All right? I make it plain. Because the gays, they will try it to the audience, and I don't like it when they try like they're trying to play it like y'all got it like that. One day y'all may have a mansion like that. Y'all may have a mansion like that. One of y'all may have a mansion like that. But don't play it to the audience and say, oh, that ain't no Airbnb. That ain't no Airbnb. What? Is this what we saying here? Don't insult the audience intelligence. We know that's an Airbnb. Just like with the bad boys, when they come up, you can tell they ain't used to nothing. Oh my God, this house is so big. Because if you stay at a shack or a 1-bedroom apartment, baby, that's expensive. I remember I went to Florida or Atlanta, and we was in a mansion. It was amazing because I stay in a little 1-bedroom shack. So seeing a mansion, I don't even know if it was really it was a mansion. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. I didn't get up there and say, oh, this is my, no, it was amazing. You know, because when you in a one bedroom shack, one little studio shack, seeing something like that, it was amazing. Okay, all right. So they just having this conversation, and I'm just saying them in this nice mansion, and they giving people pictures. They gave Willa her picture and all of this. Then it get real messy. Ooh, let me read the note. I'm like, Cameron, you my friend. You are so messy, girl. I mess with you, Cameron. You are messy. You are I don't care what nobody say. Cameron is messy, and I love him, baby. He is messy. Y'all thought he was gonna change when she get that readmission and he got healed from cancer. Y'all thought his personality was gonna change. He still got the same messy personality. So, do I have that? He writes a letter. Oh, did I get okay? I want to read. Hold on, let me scroll. Give me a second. I want to read the letter. Give me a second. Okay, give me a second. I want to read the letter. I would have had all this stuff posted, but I'm under the weather, you guys. I'm really under the weather, and we still pushing through this show. Okay, I am under the weather right now, but we still pushing through this show. Can y'all give us a thumbs up? Okay. Hold on, because I do want to read that letter. Hold on, I want to read it because it was messy. Do I have it? I want to read it. Hold on. Okay, give me a second. I got my phone. Here we go. Hold on. Let me fast forward to it because I knew exactly what the timestamp was. Hold on. I want to definitely read that letter. Hold on. Here we go. Where is it at, child? If y'all had that timestamp, give me that timestamp. If y'all had that timestamp, give that timestamp because I definitely want to read it because it was so messy. Oh my gosh, it was so messy, and I want to read it. I took a picture of it. It is just bad quality when I took the picture. Oh my god, just tell me that timestamp. Give me a second. Make sure y'all thumb up because I definitely want to read it because I'm like, camera is messy. Give me a second. I definitely want to read it. Okay, here we go. I definitely want to read. Soon as I definitely want to read that because Cameron, I'm just saying that man is messy. Okay, and I love him. Like me and Cameron go way back. He's from Chicago. He's messy. I love him because he's doing what the show needs to be done. You need somebody on the cast that is messy. You need somebody on the cast that's going to bring the mess. That's what you need on the cast. That you need the mess. Give me a second. Is that it? Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, here we go. He was like, "Hey guys, unfortunately, I will not make the spa day, but I will send my best wishes to you all. I'm currently out celebrating my birthday and making money and moves. I know some of you can't get to the bag while others are scamming their way to the top and pretending they made it. They didn't, and I hope that the spa day brings nothing but peace, prosperity, and motivation to everyone because we know it is well needed. Let us focus on good energy without the internet drama, hiding in someone else's shadow, and may the fake friends be revealed. Once again, I stand by my love to some of you and to others, well, whatever. With love, Cameron. I'm like, I'm loving that. I'm like, woo, I'm here for it. Because what that letter did, I don't know if Cameron wrote it. It just puts a mess. And so Tay was like, he pointed at Ike, and I'm like, why are you pointing at Ike? Ike didn't write the letter. Ike was so pissed. I'm so glad Ike is talking. Ike was like, hold up. I'm not Cameron. I don't look like Cameron. I didn't write the letter. And I'm like, what's the and then Ike was like, and then Ike was spilling some tea. He was like, will you be up in Ike was like, I don't know why Tay's so upset. He be in Cameron house. I seen him in Cameron house for a couple of days. So did Tay and Cameron get it on in the bedroom? Because these gays, they will argue and fuss and fight and be screwing in the room the next day, the same day. So I'm like, did you catch that? Because Ike was like, man, you've been in Cameron house about 4 or 5 times. So I'm like, did they screw? But that, I understand it. But I'm like, you can really like Jay is like you really doing something for attention. You really doing something for a storyline. You really getting up there doing something for a storyline, doing something to Jay. You really are doing something. Definitely doing it something for a storyline. Because I'm like, that one that you threw the flowers in the garbage, threw the letter in the garbage. Don't do this at my event. It's you and Oliver event. Okay? Well, technically it's production event because they paid for the Airbnb. Let's be clear. All right, let's move on. So they go outside, and Dominique told Wayne the Pain, why you diss me on Instagram? Now Wayne the Pain on that post only had 5 folks to like that post, but Dominique, you are so just messy. You just got to be in some mess, getting your high blood pressure up. You need to be out there screwing your man, and you out there being angry. And then Wayne was like, "What about why you ain't with your man? He bringing up my man. Why you bringing up my man?" And so they just going back and forth and arguing. I'm like, I'm here for it. And then Troy and Dominique is trying to team up on Wayne and Payne, and then they start throwing shots at Kendra. But Kendra, this is why you need to fire your manager. I sent you a text. You seen my text, but you ain't respond. You need to let him go. He need to be your friend because it's tarnishing your brand. Because when they throw shots at Kendra, when they throw shots at you, they're gonna also throw shots at Kendra. So Kendra, if you're smart, you need to let him go and get you a manager, Oliver Twist, somebody that can really help you with your branding. Because let's be clear, when Oliver got over there with T.S. Madison, he really upgraded her brand and really put the sparkle on her brand. The graphics, the editing, everything. He was the brains behind all that. So I just say that personally. I think Wayne the Pain wants to be in front of the camera. I think he might as well be a cast member. They might as well get a man a peach. I don't know if they give him a douche kit or a peach. I don't know. What do they give him? Do they give him a douche kit or do they give him a peach? I can't really speak on that. I don't know what do they give him on Chasing Atlanta. Do they get peaches or a douche kit? What do they get? Okay, he just need to be a cast member. He just need to just be his own. Just be his own cast. Just be a 4-time. Don't even just say that you Kendra manager. Just drop there and just say I'm Kendra friend. Okay, I don't know what they give him. Do they give him a douche kit or do they give him a peach? I don't know. I'm just asking. In my humble opinion, I'm just asking a question. Do they give out douche kits or do they give out a peach? I think it's a peach. Let's just say a peach. I'm gonna just say a peach to be safe. Okay. So all of that happened, man. Why does it matter to argue with people on Instagram when their job is to avoid negativity to their clients? He needs to go. He's been messy. Like Wayne the Pain called me back in season 1 or season 2. He was I think season 2 or season 3. I don't remember. He called me and he said, "Hey, Wiley, Kendra in jail, like they not paying us, they not doing us. He was like being real messy. He didn't call me and like, hey Wiley, can you help raise some funds for Kendra? He was just calling me, spilling the tea. Hey man, we ain't getting paid. I don't understand this. We do all of this stuff for production, and they don't even give us no check. He could have called me as a manager and be like, hey Wiley, can you an event and raise some funds to get my client out of jail? He was just on tour being messy. He's just real messy. I was here for it, and I interviewed him. He was really, really being messy. But you know if Kendra, if that's what you want, then be with it. If I were you, I would let Oliver Twist manage me. Because one thing about him, he's not going to bring negativity to his client. All right. Because that's one thing about Oliver Twist. You need to let him manage you. In my humble opinion, Oliver is a good manager. He's good with graphics. He's good with social media, branding, etc. If you a smart girl, all right? Because they just trash. They be trashing Kendra so much, and then Wayne the Payne just be arguing stuff like that. But if that's what you want, girl, if you want a manager, a cast member, a friend, a dragger, he want to do duets with you and all of that, then go right ahead. All right. Moving right on. That was my review of Chasing Atlanta. Now we got to talk about Fox Soul. T.S. Madison interviewing the infamous messy blogger Armon Wiggins, and T.S. Madison interviewing him. And so we were over there because at first I'm like, why is this schedule? This is so random. But and I was talking to a couple of sources, and I'm like, she's doing this to increase her ratings. Nobody's watching T.S. Madison's show. So we go over there, and she just give Armon Wiggins a nasty he's a messy blogger, infamous blogger. He's real messy. He gets in drama. He's infamous. He's all that. And I would have added to the intro, and this the same man that called OJ out her name. He called her a monkey. I would have put all that in there. But anyway, he didn't like the intro. So they do this interview when I was able to tune in, because Fox Soul, you can't rewind and all that. I was just watching. I'm like, okay. And then they was having a conversation. He was saying what I catch from the interview. He was saying that he had to take medication, and because his personality, he was so wild, he had to take some medicine. I'm like, this same man be talking about me, talking about I need to take my medicine. The key is, do he take his medicine? Because he be so wild. He probably is taking his Zyprexa or Zyrexa or whatever medicine he taking. He was on Madison and stuff like that, because he said his personality was so wild. He had to take some medicine, to calm down. So that's probably why I would have asked him, so is that the reason why you drink all that alcohol? Because your personality is so wild? I would have said that. I would have brought that up. But no, they having this conversation, and T.S. Madison was asking him that about, I lost my notes, so we just got the ad lib because I wrote the notes down. But she asked him about their relationship and what happened. And he said, well, I was angry, I was upset, because he dragged her for filth, cussed her out. It's really trending on YouTube, just dragged her for filth. And he even said that she hired an abuser, an assaulter on her show, that she hired a person like she. He was just trashing everybody. And she was asking him questions about that. And then T.S. Madison, this is the part that I wanted to hear about the whole Nicki Minaj thing. And this is on T.S. Madison, real messy. I'm a Barb, and you don't really like Nicki Minaj, because I be watching your videos. You don't like Nicki Minaj and stuff like that, and he trashes Nicki Minaj. I would have. It was because in their beef, what she was missing, because she should have asked him when I went on Queen Radio, why did you have to diss me? Because she should have brought up that when she was on Queen Radio, she was like, I'm here, you not. And Armon Wiggins was so emotional. He thought that she was talking about him. You hear all this stuff going on. And so they just having this conversation that, mind you, Armon Wiggins sitting up in there, he in there with some shades on. Yeah, Oh, he's really trying to be this superstar, and he's just doing too much, child. He's just really doing too much. He's up there with some shades on, like, girl, like, it's so all these lights on TV, you with some shades. He's sitting there like he Ike Turner or something. Yeah, the reason why I, was having this conversation, I was going through it. I'm on this medication, and I'm really, you know what I'm saying? I'm really, really going through it, and this is what was going on with us, and stuff like that. And with Nicki Minaj, I cover Nicki Minaj. I think she makes some good music, but I'm more so on Cardi. Then she cut off that, and then she got into a whole nother subject. Like, they just really cut off the whole Nicki Minaj piece. I don't know if T.S. Madison had got in her ear to cut off that, and she got into a whole nother subject matter. Now, mind you, you can't even rewind. Like, you have to literally sit through this train wreck. And I'm like, this is a snooze fest. Where's the mess? Where's the drama? This is a snooze fest. I'm like, they spelled the man name wrong. I'm like, this is some shade. Like it was very, very rushed. And I'm like, very, very rushed. It was really a snooze fest. Like, why you got on these sunglasses? Why are you trying to be this person like this? And then she also she brought up, the Kanye West picture. You know what I'm saying? And she said, how did you get the Kanye West picture? Because, Jason Lee invited me. You begged Kanye West for the picture. You begged the man for the picture. You breathed it all on the man's neck for a picture. He felt sorry for you. He said, you know what? Let me go ahead and help the people. Let me go ahead and do this picture with this man, because I'm tired of him breathing on my neck for this picture. So he should talk about the picture, stuff like that. And I knew that it was some more to this interview outside. So the juicy stuff happened outside the interview. So Armon Wiggins, he go live. See, this is why I don't rush. I love to hear people what they got to say. I'm not gonna rush. I got to hear all of it. It's some messy stuff in here. He gonna throw some little digs. And what did he do? Booyah! So he go live. He said, well, I just wish, T.S. Madison wouldn't have gave me that intro. I didn't like that intro. Girl, you talking like you got 15 Grammys. You talking like you got 14 Golden Globes. You talking like you got 3 Emmys. You talking like you got 4 Academy Awards. You have a YouTube show. Stop trying to act like you so grand than what you do. And you don't like the mess. So you do talk about mess. You do talk about drama. You are controversial. You don't think you're controversial just because you in the studio. How you doing? Just because you in the studio doing music, just because you taking pictures with Jason Lee, that does not negate the fact of the messy stuff and the drama that you do on your show. Let's not act like this. Like, just because you on Fox Soul, don't ignore the fact that you do mess. Don't ignore the fact that you call black women bees if they call in, and don't ignore the fact that you call OG a monkey. Don't ignore the fact that you cuss out Tasha K and say that she should lose her channel and lose her livelihood. Don't negate the fact that you said that Tasha K's husband is gay. You bring controversy. You think they're going to get up there and say, oh, you have on some amazing sunglasses, Armon Wiggins. Like, come on. Like, let's not come back to reality. Just because Kanye sent you some Yeezys, you are just a regular person. See, that's when these girls, when they move to Atlanta or LA, they mind just get a little bit delusional. I just didn't like that intro. You don't have no power. Who are you to talk about the intro? It is a privilege that you're sitting there. And the only reason why T.S. Madison even called you, because you were having these rants and you were dragging her. See, I was so glad, like, people was like, Wiley, what do you have to say? I said, tune into my show. I got a lot of stuff to say. The only reason why T.S. Madison made up with Armon, she had to call him because he was having a rant. He dragged that woman for filth and called her, had to get on the phone, How you doing, T.S. Madison? I'm so sorry. So drag that one for Phil and then call her and then want to apologize. She's being strategic because she tired of this man going live doing 50,000 live dragging her. That's what that was all about. It ain't about that we friends. It ain't about that we cool. She just deal with you because she don't want you going live dragging her. That's the real tea. And then T.S. Madison getting dragged. They dragging her for filth. Should have never did the interview. See, you trying to interview people and then you trying to be strategic and then you don't want nobody to drag you, T.S. Madison. We see you, girl. We see the mess. We see the mess. You're very messy. Just because you in Hollywood, you with Lee Daniels and stuff like that, you cooking Lee Daniels some fried chicken and all that. We see the mess. So Armon Wiggins' audience was dragging T.S. Madison. He allowed him to drag it. Usually, Armon Wiggins will block comments. Like, you can't drag Jason Lee in his comments. He's gonna block you. You dang gonna shoot can't mention the Wiley Show because they're gonna delete your comments. But all that T.S. Madison dragging, he left them comments in there. Yes, he did. And then T.S. Madison, she had to call in. Now, she had an event. Watch this. See, I catch everything. She had an event drinking cocktails, according to her. She had an event, called into the show. Hi, Armon. Hi, this is Maddie. Why is they drag? You got them dragging me and stuff like that. You know what, Armon? You know, I don't control the editing. I don't control it. I'm like, T.S. Madison. You mean it's Oliver does the editing? You don't control the editing to look at the editing? Stop playing with me. Don't play. See, you be trying to play in Armon Wiggins' face. He can't say this, but I'm going to say it because you played in his face, girl. Yes, you did. I don't control the editing. I don't control it. And if you don't control it, that means you are an employee. You're not this big boss that you claim that you are. You work for somebody and they tell you what to put on. They tell you what not to put on. Anyway, let's move on. So Armon just talking, yeah, man, I just didn't like the intro and Madison. I just want the people to know that everything that you're saying, you said it to my face. But T.S. Madison did not like that Armon Wiggins brought up the whole I didn't like the intro part. See, I caught all that shade. Yes, I did. And then she gonna say, I'm gonna try to get the unedited so we can get the unedited. And then Armon Wiggins threw shade. Look at the shade. Now these people supposed to be in Hollywood. They don't supposed to be throwing shade. They on a new leaf. They don't throw no more shade. They taking pictures with Kanye West. They are big time celebrities. He went back to his roots. Let's just be clear. Ain't nobody was checking that live for Lee Daniels. If she would have just went on and just released the full clip of our conversation, it would have got more views. And I'm not gonna lie, it probably would have if they would have offered Armon Wiggins some liquor. If they would have offered him some liquor, and if she would have brought OG on the stage and say, I think you should apologize, OG, that would have been some clicks and views. You got to get him. He didn't have no liquor. He came there sober. He was drinking water. What I would have did, I would have introduced him some liquor, gave him some Hennessy, and got him, because you know when you get him drunk, that's when the true colors come out. Because when he was dragging T.S. Madison, he was dragging her when he was under the influence. Anyway, but she said she's going to get the unedited tape, and she's going to give to Armon Wiggins. She had to baby him because she know if I don't baby him, he's going to drag me. So she's on the phone babying him. All right. And then this whole Lee Daniels thing, it wasn't given like that. Like it wasn't. It was boring. Like T.S. Madison, she's trying to be in this business and all these. I don't want to. Then she's saying, "This is." I'm like, girl. Either you're gonna be a host or you're gonna be in the industry, which industry friend. I don't want to paint my friend Lee Daniels in the bad light. I don't want to paint him in the bad. And the interview was so boring. They driving. The interview was so boring about Lee Daniels. It was so boring. It really was. It was boring. Even Armon Wiggins' interview was boring. It was boring. It really was. Like, I think T.S. Madison, she's trying to cater to a mainstream audience, and nobody was watching. Like, the views was going down, down, down. It dropped to like 300 people. Like, wasn't nobody checking for that stuff. And I'm just being real. I said, T.S. Madison, you need to go ahead on and call Kaya. Get Kaya back. Y'all do a show on Fox Soul, and it will get hundreds of thousands of views. Let's be perfectly clear. Bring Kaya on there. It will break records at Fox Soul. Literally break records. Because ain't nobody was watching that. I'm just saying, well, nobody. 300 some odd people was in there watching. I'm like, we get the same views over here at the Wiley Show. This ain't nothing brand. Y'all got all this expensive equipment. It can't crack number 200 people. I said, this was a waste of time. I'm looking like. So I understand that she's trying to be strategic, but that show, it wasn't hidden. And then she was getting mad in the comments. Now, how you supposed to be so grand? You supposed to be out there with Lee Daniels rubbing elbows, and you responded to the comments. You literally responded to people in the comments because we say that it's trash. Oh, this is boring. Boo. She's in the comments talking about, I could go do Queen Supreme Court and I can make all of this money. We don't care nothing about that. We're talking about Turned Out. It did not hit. It was a snooze fest. It did not hit. It was boring. I'm just being real. So, of course, I'm in the chat. Now, mind you, I'm supposed to be unknown. Don't nobody supposed to know me. I'm in the chat. I'm watching, giving my commentary in the chat. I'm getting dragged. Oh, here come Wild Eye. Here come Wobbly Eye. I knew he was coming like Forrest Gump. He's so jealous. Wiley is this. I'm like, I'm just in the chat. I was shocked that I'm getting attacked in the comments. All I'm doing was, this is boring. This is snooze fest. I'm getting dragged in the comments. I'm like, why is I'm getting dragged in the comments? All I did was give my opinion about the episode. Because T.S. Madison brought him on also to increase her ratings. Ain't nobody watching that show Turned Out. Nobody's watching that show like that. Only time people watch it because Monique was on there. Once she came out, we ain't coming back to see what's going on over there. And then most people watch that episode on the Shade Room. They didn't tune in to Fox Soul. Fox Soul didn't get them ratings. The Shade Room got them ratings. The Neighborhood Talk got them ratings. I'm just being real. But nobody really tuning in. Ain't nobody really watching them shows over there at Fox Soul like that. Not T.S. Madison. Not by herself. Unfortunately, she just don't have the personality to entertain the audience. She have to have a co-host. And the co-host that she need is Kaya. And I'm just giving my opinion. Okay? I'm just giving my opinion. Last time they said, Wiley, you should interview Kaya. Last time we reached out to Kaya, she wanted $8,000. Excuse me, I think $10,000. I'm not mistaken. I think she told me 10 grand. And I ain't giving her no 10 grand, child. That 10 grand can go towards my surgery when we return in the future. Now that she's working in Hollywood again, we shall see. We definitely shall see. All right, we're gonna open up these phone lines. I don't know if y'all want to call in, but I don't know if y'all got any opinion. She told me $10,000. That's what she told me. She said 10,000. That was the email told me 10,000. I'm like, why would I give you 10,000 for an interview? That can go towards my surgery. I can get this leg fixed or my eye fixed. I'm talking about $10,000. Stop it. I looked at that email and kept going. When people send me emails and stuff like that, I'm not paying for no interview. I'm not that at all. So these YouTubers, I know some YouTube, they pay for interviews. I'm saying I'm not doing that. If I had it like that, I probably would do it. But right now, I don't have it like that. I'm not doing no, ain't what I got. I agree. Fox Soul is boring. Even funny episodes is boring. Yeah. Like I'm telling, like, Fox Soul needs some hosts on there that's gonna be entertaining. Need some controversial people over there. I can't believe Armon Wiggins said, I did not like that intro that she gave me. I was just laughing my butt off. I said, what? I said he still ain't gonna learn. People ain't gonna give you what you woke, child. When you go to interviews, you got to know that it's all the power is in that host and whatever that host does. That's when you got to you don't want to be so quick to go on these shows to be rushing for stuff. Oh, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. So I'm so grand. I'm a celebrity. I'm with Hey, you got to be careful what you do. You don't see Kaya doing all them interviews and she's still grand. I'm just saying. So we're gonna open up these phone lines. Give me a second. I don't know if anybody want to call in and speak on it, but y'all can give y'all thoughts of what y'all think about the interview, and I'm gonna take your phone calls if y'all are available. Let me see if I can put the phone calls on the screen. Give me a quick second here. Fox Soul segment are way too long and drawn out. They should have been shorter. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They should have. I think they're trying to do, they're trying to use shows that are more popular, like TGI Fridays, TGIF. I said TGI Fridays, and that show is more popular than T.S. Madison show. So what they do to get the ratings, they just leave it live just for y'all to go and tune in. And I don't think that's so unfair. Give me a sec. I think it's really, really unfair because they even had Remy Ma, and it was only about 200 people watching Remy Ma. It was only 200 people watching Remy Ma. She was in there getting interviewed. I'm like, Remy Ma, what you get interviewed for? Child, you ain't got no album.
Now,
you been dropped from the label. I'm like, what did you get interviewed for?
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. That's one, I can understand if you wearing shades. Like me, my eye is crossed. So I can understand why I'm wearing shades. See, it takes the distraction off the eye. You know what I'm saying? I can understand you wearing shades, you got a cock eye or you blind. But if you got, your eyes are straight, you sit down, take the shades off. I didn't, it just took away the look. You know what I'm saying? Like me, when I go and do interviews, I'm going to show you my eye because it's going to bring much attention. People are going to cover it. They're going to be dragging me in the comments, viewership. So every once in a while, I may put on shades, but I like showing my face because I wasn't born with no shades. Now, if it's sunny outside, I'll put on some shades, in the summertime. Every once in a while, I do put on some shades, but come on now, just see my eye. If it's wandering, pay to get it fixed. If it's offending you like that, reach in your pocketbook and pay to get it fixed. I will go down there to the cosmetologist. What do we go? Not to the cosmetologist. Allermatologist. I don't know which one is the eye doctor. Then get it fixed, okay? He's still trying to prove talking about no mentor. Like that man, he's really trying to prove that, but yet you still talking about Tasha. Girl, bye. Sit down somewhere. All right. 0235 calling you on air.
Wiley, Armon is a clown at this point. Like his whole explanation on Nicki Minaj was just stupid to me. He just basically called Cardi B out and said that she's irrelevant and that she's not bringing him the money, but Nicki is. Like, come on now. Listen, Cardi is reaching irrelevant status, but still talking about her drama is still going to bring some views in. So I don't know why he said that. It's clear that he has a bias towards her, and he's probably wondering, Cardi, since I'm affiliated with Cardi, I'm going to be a celebrity too. I'm going to get all these connections. And where you at? On Fox Soul or T.S. Madison, and no one's watching. Come on now.
I'm just saying, and this is what I want to say, because Nicki Minaj blocked him. It stems from her. Like, Armon's like a broken child. And like he act like he have mommy issues. When a woman does him wrong, he act like you stole his candy or something like that. He gets really agitated when a woman does him wrong. Watch when a woman does him wrong. Watch his attitude with women. Tasha K, he felt that he was abandoned by Tasha K. He felt that he was abandoned by T.S. Madison. So he act out. And what did he do? He do the temper tantrum. He called them bees. He called T.S. Madison a ninja with a wig because he was hurt because T.S. Madison didn't bring him on the Queen's court. I'm just saying, T.S. Madison to bring him on the Queen's Court. He felt that T.S. Madison was dissing him on Queen Radio. And then the same thing with Tasha K. Tasha K stole my Dr. CB interview. Why would she does that? She would never be nothing. She's trash. And he just rant and he just had these temper chances because he has some hurt from those women. It is what it is. And that's just the truth. And when you don't do things for the right way, he will go live and he will trash you. And then when you
exactly, he gets pissed off over the littlest things ever, and he takes it too personally. Like, he does have some like rejection issues. When I knew that he was gonna turn on Nikki when Tasha got that interview with her. That's what all this is coming about. It has nothing to do with Nikki blocked him after that because he spazzed out when Tasha got that interview with Nikki. Like, come on now, you guys stop being childish. Like, for real, this is business. Not everything revolves around you, and you need to understand that sometimes you're gonna get rejected, but you don't need to go on to this rant and all these antics about it and make like 50,000 videos about Tasha or T.S. Madison. Like, he takes things too far, too personal, and he's just a mess. I don't know how he's gonna survive out here in Hollywood. I'm just saying.
We definitely shall see. He was on Fox Soul. All right, so we will definitely see how that did. Obviously, he was not pleased with the interview. He did not like the interview at all. He thought that it was going to be grand for his ego, and he didn't like it. He let it be known he didn't like it, and he said he's bigger than Lee Daniels. That's what he said. He said that
that man is a fool.
He would have got more.
He ain't even no star yet. Like, come on now.
He said he would have had better ratings than Lee Daniels if T.S. Madison would have put out the full episode of their conversation.
He needs to wonder if T.S. Madison was trying to save him from all those rants and all those antics. I'm just saying.
I heard that. Well,
He's just a mess.
Thank you so very much, brother, for calling in.
Thank you.
The number is 646-716-8447. Anonymous, you live on air.
Yes. Hello, Wiley.
Hey.
First of all, Fox Soul is like the bootleg like talk show. When you look at who is the host of what is Fox Soul, first of all. When I look at Fox Soul, I see Lisa Ray and all these other people. I'm like, what is going on with this network? And why are they still, it's not a real like talk show that they be doing. Like, why are they still talking like we still in quarantine? People have went back to work and get behind the camera. So it's just bootleg. And Armon, I just cannot get with him because, you know, he's just so butthurt over Nicki Minaj. It's like, bro, like, you are really obsessed with this woman. Like, just let it go. He tried to cause so much issues between, you know, Nicki Minaj did this because of Cardi B. Like, Nicki Minaj don't even be thinking about Cardi B. But him and Cardi B, Wiley, they get along so well because they're just alike. They're weird. Just weird people, especially when it comes to social media. Cardi B needs like somebody like Armon, loudmouth, messy, and catty to do all the stuff, you know, that she can't do because she'll get a bunch of backlash. So she'll go ahead and, you know, rub his ego and support him because he'll diss Nicki Minaj, something that she won't come out and do, you know, publicly. So she let him do it. And it's like, okay, you're in Hollywood. Just because you live in California does not mean you're a celebrity. I don't care like what you're talking about. And you are bigger than Lee Daniels. Excuse me, but Lee Daniels is actually a real star. He actually you know, have his own production, his own network. He is a real creator. You're like, at the end of the day, you're just a YouTuber glammed up. I don't know. He has this like weird obsession about trying to be the content and, you know, talk about the content, like get your life. I knew something was wrong with him when he kept bashing Tasha K. And I'm like, you know, we don't agree with everything Tasha K do, but, you know, why you go so hard at her? Like, he go hard at Tasha K just like how he go hard at Nicki Minaj is very weird, but he put Cardi B on this weird pedestal because she responded to a DM. Cardi B responds to everybody DM. You see, she responded to the people on Twitter and they made her delete her Twitter because she got emotional just like him. He's emotional too. Nicki Minaj blocked you. Get over it. Stop talking about her. Like I really hope that she come out and sue him. Nicki Minaj is gathering lawsuits, and trust you me, I really hope Armon is in the lawsuit. All he want to do is create discord between women, especially like female rappers. But he disliked Nicki Minaj so much, she's always in every title. And he had this weird woman call in all the time, you know, acting like she Nicki Minaj's cousin, you know, just giving a rundown like she knows stuff firsthand. Like, he's just very weird. And him and Cardi B, Wiley, you know, and I'm kind of happy you didn't, I know you give content on Cardi B, but you have to set boundaries. You cannot be friends with these people, you know, and want to give an opinion and be like, oh, but I'm not biased. Because Armon Wiggins knows that Cardi B is trash, but he sit there and big her up like she's something. She's nothing. That's why she has not put out an album in 4 years, because she's scared. But they go ahead and let her get on Summer Walker song and ruin the dang on song and call it a hit when it didn't even make the chart. So if Cardi B the queen of rap, why the queen of rap feature did not debut in the top 10? So Armon needs to get a grip. He is not a celebrity, and he is a Tasha K hater. You up here, no mentor, no mentor. Well, obviously, you screaming no mentor for Tasha K when Tasha K been to leave you in the dust years ago. Why are you still talking about this woman, no mentor? Move on. You know, he's just weird, Wiley, just very weird energy. You know, he went and got them dang on veneers, and now, you know, just looking weird on the camera. I'm like, no, sir. You know, Wiley, he want to be like these celebrities, but he's not a celebrity.
All right.
You know, he's a Cardi B fixer. That's all.
All right. Thank you,
Thank you, Wiley.
Thank you so very much for calling in. The number is 646-716-8447. Wow, we've been on here for an hour? Wow. Can y'all thumbs up? I didn't know we've been on here for an hour. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hey, so let's get into some things. First of all, from head to toe, I did not like the outfit whatsoever. The hat gotta go. I don't know if that's real leather jacket. The jacket was too big. The jeans gave too much. Why wear two colored jeans at the same time? The look was totally off for me. I don't know what they dressing like in LA, but it gotta go. The only thing that I do like, and I'm not gonna hate, was the glasses. I don't know if the glasses was labeled, but the glasses was kind of cute. I don't know if it was cheap or expensive or high end, but the glasses okay. T.S. Madison hair was horrible. T.S. Madison, you're on Fox Soul, sweetheart, and you claim that you have a bag. Your hair was horrible. Like, you really need to get it together, sweetheart. This is not your show. Like the T.S. Madison experience. This is Fox Soul, sweetheart. And then you throwing it like you the money girl.
But then she
do they
have a budget? Do they have a budget for that? Is Tay in LA? Like Tay is in LA. She can't have Tay to do her at Pink Bob Marley, because you know Tay does Nicki Minaj hair. I don't know. I'm just asking.
I'm just saying, but the way that T.S. Madison carry her stuff, like she's the it girl, she got the coin. She's like the residual check coming in from the XXX. Like, it's stuff like that she be trying to throw.
But that's what she said. You know, but she kept saying, she kept saying, I get paid. I don't worry about the haters. But you calling it on my show because you was upset about what he was saying about the intro. So you still care about people's feelings. So I see, hold up. You can't say I'm getting paid, but then you call into a YouTube show because you mad at people that's getting paid. You don't see Whoopi Goldberg calling into YouTube shows. I'm just saying.
After getting dragged.
After getting dragged, she'll do one interview on mainstream, but you're not gonna see her on interviews. I just okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead.
But like I said, it was late to me. TGIF had four point something K views, and
Yeah.
then she came on. She had that number, but it dropped.
It did drop because
T.S.
TJ.
Madison, the numbers dropped. I was paying attention to the number. It dropped.
It
dropped to 2 point something, and it dropped to 2,000. People are paying attention, especially people that don't people are really messy, like myself.
Yeah, we were watching.
Armon Wiggins.
Go ahead, Icon. I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
And to
Go ahead.
Armon Wiggins, like what I'm seeing from you, I'm not coming from hate, but it seems like you're so pressed and you rushing. Don't rush, baby. It's gonna be there because you are talented. But stop rushing. Stop fiending. Here in New York, we say fiending. Stop fiending for it because it's gonna come to you. Stop rushing because you having these girls playing your face and you don't see it. This is the second time that they're playing in your face, from Jason Lee to T.S. Madison. How dare them misspell your name, child? We are paying attention.
Yeah, they did, or they did misspell the name.
The mainstream, and your app name is misspelled. I'm sick of it, and I'm not even a Bombs and Bell girl. I'm a Wiley girl.
I hear your point. I think that he want to get there fast. He really want to get there, and it will let it happen organically. And let it happen naturally and organically. Like, T.S. Madison, I will give her credit. She was trying to school Armon because she done more interviews than Armon Wiggins, and she said in media, if somebody throw you a ball, you got to know how to handle that curve ball. You got to know how to handle it and address it. I don't think Armon is ready because he wasn't ready for an intro on Fox Soul. He wasn't ready. And she didn't give him no tough questions, but he was mad because of the intro.
Yeah, but my thing is, when you go on a platform, you don't have control of what they edit. They can edit, make you look stupid. You have no control. But my thing is, after you do an interview, just come on your platform and say, I appreciate the interview, but don't drag it because you might not have the second opportunity to go on that platform. And how dare you try to come for Lee Daniels when Lee Daniels could get you into the door.
Facts.
When you said that, yeah. I cringe.
Yeah, because Lee Daniels is
you would have more. You would have 5,000 more. Like, you can't do that, baby.
Not with Lee Daniels, because
no shade.
Lee Daniels is a director, Academy Award.
Eat it inside.
Yeah.
He's about it offline. We the people up in attention.
We listening. Yeah, he did. He did say that. And I think that he was so butthurt because I knew it. That's why I didn't rush to go live, because I wanted to hear his response about the interview. And he did not disappoint. He had a problem with the intro.
And just for it to be clear, I'm not a hater, but I do, give my opinion. But T.S. Madison, your show is kind of dry. Like, when you on your own show, it's okay, even though I stopped tuning in, but neither there. But you have to give a little. Like, the people love mess.
Facts, yeah.
The people love shade, so put a little bit into your show.
They do. She's gonna have to get a co-host that's gonna have to bring some mess because she's trying to be too polished, and it's just like
girl, we're in 2022.
Just like Nick Cannon, his show was canceled because it was dry. Like, they're canceling
That's being a safe card.
Yeah,
we love mess.
We love mess.
Bring the Wiley Show onto your show.
Yeah,
you can get ratings.
You need mess. You got to bring the drama.
Like the Wiley Show.
Yeah, and he was upset with the intro because Tasha. Sorry, I keep saying Tasha. She's y'all. Shout out to Tasha because T.S. Madison said he's an infamous blogger. He's infamous. He's messy and all that. He didn't like that intro that she gave him. The introduction. She did not lie. It's the truth. He does mess. He does stuff like that. And I think he's trying to rebrand. Just same thing with Tasha. You try to rebrand, but it will still be people to say, you do, still attach the drama part. You remember that? He's trying to rebrand, but it's going to take a while before people can forget about what you said about OG. It's going to be a while before.
But it's never going to forget.
Like, I don't think
people always mention
people
will always mention.
And it's about how you're going to respond to when they mention it. They're going to bring it up. You can't control what people say about you. You know what I'm saying? Look how they.
And it wasn't a proper apology at that.
Right.
It wasn't a proper apology.
because he went back and said some other stuff. But yeah, he really tried to control the narrative, and that's something that you can't do when you try to be a celebrity. That's why you just don't. That's why what was that? Kaepernick, Colin Kaepernick, he doesn't do interviews because you can't control. Like, you literally putting power in that host. You don't know what they're going to say, what questions they're going to ask, why you don't see
But
Will
to my
Smith.
understanding, sorry to cut you off, because he has not been called in it, so. And to my understanding,
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Said, she gave him the questions.
Wow. Did she say
what she was going to ask?
Oh, she gave him. Oh, okay.
I heard clear.
Okay.
I heard clearly.
I think that he wanted more so.
So how dare him be nervous?
I think he wanted more so their conversation longer, but he didn't understand, like, you're a segment. You're not the star of that. Lee Daniels was the highlight of the show because he made up with Monique. He not understanding that piece. Exactly. It ain't registering him with that part. Like, he's not the star. You a segment. I'm gonna give you a segment, and thank God for the segment, because some people don't get the segment. So I was on the news, and in the library situation, did they cover the full thing that happened? No. It was a soundbite. Emmett Till. It was a brief soundbite, and to this day, what do people say when they come in the chat? They scream Emmett Till. They do. I don't get mad. You gonna say what you have to say, and you know what? The bigger I get, the bigger that interview gonna get. When I get on Hollywood and movies, they're gonna bring that back up. So that I will always, to the day I die, they will bring that situation up at the library, that clip. They will always bring it up. But you got to know how to respond to it. I don't get mad when they bring it up. I'm like, okay, just like somebody came in the chat. Oh, wow, you've been on YouTube for 10 years. You still stagnant. That doesn't get to me. Them your words. You're watching. Obviously, I'm doing something right because you're watching. And usually that's the person's boyfriend. That's the YouTuber boyfriend that's commenting and watching the show. That doesn't get to me when you say stuff like that because you're watching the Wiley Show. That doesn't get. I have thick skin, like that doesn't. You have to literally think of something new. But that doesn't bother me. You come in the chat. Go ahead.
I let you go. People make jokes about you taking medication, but trust and believe you're very safe. Also take medication.
Facts. I am so glad.
I'm gonna go back in the bushes. You're very safe. Also
take medication. I'm so glad that you brought
as well.
I'm so glad, and they named the medication they take. But when I named it, I'm up here playing on people's emotions to get done. You know, did you catch that? They named the medication that they take. They had to name it. But when I was naming, he's doing that for emotions. Do he really have bipolar? He only saying that because he's trying to get a library. And now he named it. Oh, yeah, I had to take some medicine because my personality was so wild. And to keep me calm. And T.S. Madison say, what medicine? I take such and such. He named the medicine. I'm just saying. I'm like, we was watching the same show. Like, you can't get mad when people cover stuff that's public. It's public.
You know, we the people messy, baby. We paying attention to everything.
Facts.
But I know other callers want to call in. I'm gonna go back in the bushes.
All right, thank you so very much. All right, let's go to the caller 3197.
Hi, Wiley.
Welcome. Hi.
Oh, okay. I guess wanted to talk about T.S. Madison and Armon.
Okay, talk about it.
I love T.S. Madison, but I kind of agree with Armon. Like, I think I don't really like the show, like T.S. Madison on Fox. So I agree. I think it's dry. I think that like even when she did her segment with Monique, the focus should have just been on Monique. Like, I don't like this different segments and stuff like that. And I think that like the Armon and Lee Daniels should have been two separate interviews.
I agree.
think it should have, because it was really important, like Lee Daniels, what he was talking about, that was really important. And if she would have like actually had Lee Daniels like in the studio and like a sit down interview with him and like asking him questions. One of the things too, like her interviews are just too Hollywood. Like, she's not really digging in and asking like the questions that like viewers will want to know or whatever. It's just like, I don't know. I think that either she needs to like go back to the format that she did with the Queen Supreme Court, like having the person in the studio and making it funny and a little messy, or, you know, making it a little bit more serious and like having a focus, like focusing in on the interview. Like I think like even the interview with Monique, it would have been really like powerful. Like she said she didn't get the credit for that interview, but it would have been more powerful if she would have just like interviewed Monique, and that would have been like the segment, like asking Monique questions about like what happened and stuff like that.
I agree. I think that she should have did a special like Roland Martin did when he interviewed Monique on TV One. Have a whole entire dedicated hour of interviewing Monique and doing a sit down in her home, interviewing Daddy, and that would have been more entertaining. I'm just being real with you, right? Because she did not get the credit like that because people are not watching Fox Soul like that. Her audience did not bring it like that. It was you leave it into the shade room and you leave it to the neighborhood talk and you leave it to them to create that narrative. But she was so mad because 50 Cent was getting more credit, but 50 Cent is bigger than you, T.S. Madison. He's more known than you. He's more internationally known than you. So of course, he's going to get more credit from the community than T.S. Madison because it's still a block of women that do not like T.S. Madison. It's still a block of women that do not care for her because of what she stands for. And but she was so mad. She said, I just want y'all to know, give me credit. I was the one that got Lee Daniels and Monique together. And that's questionable. That may be what she think. But I just think when Octavia did not do the movie, she pulled out. Lee Daniels went on and said, let me go ahead and get another fat black woman to put on the show. I'm just keeping it real. One fat black woman pulled out. Let me go ahead and replace with another fat black woman that I know. And let me go ahead and apologize, go to her show, and I would look like the superhero that I'm reaching back for. I'm just being real here. But these are the types
I do definitely feel like Lee Daniels is looking for somebody to save him. And I think he probably saw like when 50 said that he was going to work with Monique, that
facts.
You know, hey, let me jump on this train because she's already going to be coming back to Hollywood, and so he needs a boat. So I think that he needs something to save him, and I think that's why he reached out to Monique.
Absolutely.
I do think that maybe that T.S. Madison's interview or whatever somewhat started a fire that caught, I guess that started that. But I just feel like the reason why she's not, it's that those interviews, like her, I haven't really paid attention, but I did look at the Monique because a lot of people were talking about
facts.
It. And I just think that it's too much going on in those shows. That's why, like, if she would have did a show and it would have just been like her and Monique talking, and she's asking, like, digging in, asking some serious questions, and it would have probably caught on and she would get more attention. But I think that she needs to do something else. I think that she's listening to a lot of people that maybe like are trying to shape her image or rebrand her. But the thing about it is, like, her audience, or the people that love her, loved her, for being a little bit messy and just being down to earth and being herself. And that's what's gonna bring people to watch. That stuff.
That's the core base. And I'm just being real. We bring points, and people in the chat, they comment and they say, "Oh, Wiley, y'all uneducated opinion, but y'all won't call in." We are literally giving a constructive criticism of what we think will be better for the show. And we give an own opinion. These folks can talk on their show on Fox Soul. So can the Wiley Show. So can this sister. You know what I'm saying? That want to call in. Yeah. The reason why Queens with Cocktails, I hope I'm saying that show right, they get more publicity because it's messy. They get into the mess. You know what I'm saying? The reason why, let's even be clear, the reason why, Jason Lee's show is a little bit more buzzing on Fox Soul because he gets into the drama. I think T.S. Madison is trying to do too much in one show. She's trying to have a late night show formula, and then she's trying to do daytime. You either going to give us a late night formula or give us a daytime formula, but you can't try to mix the both. It ain't working because she's doing too much like Nick Cannon was doing. He would try to do the mess, and then he'll have a gospel singer singing, Jesus can work it out. How you getting into the mess and then get a gospel? That ain't going to mix. I'm just being real.
Exactly. And when people, like, we're watching this stuff, people already know the story. Like, you have to come with some kind of new angle or something. And I think, like, even being a little bit messy and funny,
facts,
is what's going, like, get people, interested in and draw into your personality.
Facts.
But I love T.S. Madison. I
I
really
love her
do. I
too.
love her, and I'm really
She's
rooting for her.
sweet. I love her, but I talk to her fans. I do a poll and I talk to the people. And I said, man, I love T.S. Madison, but I ain't messing with that show, man. Even her reality show, people wasn't watching that reality show like that. They said it wasn't hidden like that. It was dry. Did you watch her reality show that came out on WeTV?
I did, and I watched it because, again, like I'm a fan of T.S. Madison, so I try to support, what she's doing. But again, like I guess it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. But I mean, again, like I love her, so I'm gonna support her.
Absolutely. But let's be clear. She called Kaya a B word because her and Kaya still going back. You're gonna always be attached to Kaya. It is what it. Even when she went on the Breakfast Club, they bring up Kaya. Like because Kaya, I don't care. She in front of them bookcase, they still take clips of this woman. I'm like, why y'all get these clips? And like it will be people that pay for her website just to pull her clips and stuff, and it goes viral. Like Kaya is still entertaining. Like it's just something special, and that really helped balance T.S. Madison out, if that makes sense. Because I was going back to some old clips, and I'm like, yeah, Kaya added some spice to T.S. Madison brand, and I think T.S. Madison's still trying to relive that formula. You said she didn't?
I said definitely. She definitely did. I think Kaya, like I think Kaya is hilarious. There is nobody that reads like Kaya. I mean, she reminds me of my grandmother. Like she digs in, and that thing, it is just so funny. Like sometimes I'm wondering like how she thinks the way that she thinks. However, like I do understand that like where T.S. Madison wants to go, her and Kaya just wouldn't, mesh together. I think she needs a personality that is similar to Kaya, but that's fit for TV. I mean, I just think like you're not gonna be on TV like reading the way Kaya reads. That needs to be like a late night show. Like you said, an independent thing. Which I mean, again, Kaya is a brilliant mind, and I mean, I
think that if they offer like alcohol to the show, I think Armon Wiggins would be a good pick for T.S. Madison just for a test run. I'll give them a little cocktail. You know what I'm saying? Because that kind of juice up personality. So some people need a little liquor to juice up their personality.
Yeah.
Everybody not entertaining sober. I'm just being real. Because they didn't even want to see what was that? What was that superstar that did Mary Jane? What's his name? When he was high on that cocaine, when he got sober, they didn't want to see y'all know they didn't want to see him sober. They wanted to see him on coke. That Rick James. They wanted to see him the Rick James on cocaine. But when he got sober, people didn't want to buy his stuff. They only wanted to see him when he was high. Some people are really entertaining when they get that liquor. So you gotta understand T.S. Madison would take a little cocktails. She would get them drinks. Let's get them drinks together. You know what I'm saying? Give her Armon Wiggins some drinks. Give her a couple of drinks. That's gonna be a show.
Yes, that's what we need. We need some twerking and all that other stuff that she brought. Yeah,
Facts.
I agree. Maybe you, Wiley, you messy enough. I think you fit for TV.
Oh yeah. I would love to, give me a couple of drinks. Let's go in here. I can do the titty bounces. I got titties now because I gained some weight, so we both can do it together.
Listen, I was listening to you earlier, and I had to get off because I had a call. But I wanted to say, like, I heard that you were looking for another job.
Okay.
And you were talking about customer service, but I think you would be awesome for like marketing, social media. You've already demonstrated that you can build an audience.
Okay.
And so I think you should move in that direction.
Yes, ma'am.
Instead of like customer service jobs. You have the skills to pay the bills. So, aim high.
And we have done that. and it's funny you said that we was getting like emails and stuff like that, because we had one student and then another person hit me up, and we do that as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm still like, maybe because my mind is so conditioned of a job, you know how sometimes your mind got a condition of being an entrepreneur. I'm still not in that entrepreneurship mindset. I'm still in that, let me get a regular job, get a regular 9 to 5. I'm still in that mindset. So I hope that I can outgrow that mindset and get to that entrepreneurship mindset, because I am an entrepreneur when I do this show. This is like a whole show that we doing, and then people be asking me for advice, and sometimes I be on the phone with people for free for about 2 hours, and that's something I need to charge for. You know what I'm saying? So you is bringing up a good point on there. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
even if you are looking for a job, like even in the marketplace, look for something. You've already demonstrated. You have a portfolio. You've already demonstrated that you know how to build an audience, that you know how to maneuver in social media. So, like, even when you're out looking in the marketplace, at these jobs,
Facts.
I guess structure your resume for that. Like, I think that you are beyond customer service. I mean,
I absolutely.
Absolutely.
You know what? I may even work for Storm Monroe. Let me stop. I'm joking. That was a joke. That was a joke. Oh.
Numbers to get up.
I'm gonna be right over there working with Kiwi Studios and host shows and stuff. I may, and you know what? This was, I'm not gonna share this, but this, just know, like, my mind say, okay, I think I'm ready to outlive, outgrow like Dallas, because Dallas is not really a media place. New York, Atlanta, and LA is like good markets. New York, Atlanta, LA is like good media markets when you're doing media stuff. So I'm looking at, because I don't have kids, so it's whatever. I may move to Atlanta, or I don't know about LA because it's expensive, but somewhere in Georgia that I would majorly move there, because there's so many people that, media folks that live in Atlanta, and there's so many people I can interview in Atlanta, because that's a good strong base right there. It's like, it's a good strong base right there. Dallas ain't really, it ain't too many celebrities that live here in Dallas unless you're a Dallas Cowboy, and we don't really talk about sports like football. So yeah, but we thank you so very much, sis, for calling in.
Thank you, and also too, remember that virtual, so you can do anything
virtual too. But for me, I love those in-person interviews because it hits different. It hits.
I do agree with that.
Different when you can see the person, because I love in-person interviews, and then going to the club and interviewing people and networking. It just hit different versus virtually. I love virtual. Don't get me wrong, that I do it, but it's something different when you interviewing a person in person. So it's just hit different. But thank you so very much for calling in.
Thank you, Wiley, and keep up the good work. Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, sis. Okay. Okay. Well, the number is 64671684447. They said Reese G. Why y'all bringing up Reese G? They said Storm. Stop. They says Wiley going to appear on with TS Madison. We thank y'all so very much for tuning in. This was fun, man. I had a good time talking with y'all today. This was so much fun. I'll read y'all comments. Y'all said, okay, that was funny. All right. If you'd like to share the thumbs, LOL. Said Wiley. Oh my gosh, but we thank y'all so very much for tuning in. Dallas about who you know. That's how you found people in different industries. Yeah, I understand. Thank y'all so very much. Okay, I got a DM. Okay, what is that? Okay, that's a whole nother child. If Wiley, are you going to appear on the last episode with T.S. Madison? Are you going to appear on the Lost episode with T.S.? I don't. You throw a shade, okay? Wiley, you want an interview? No, I don't. Not when turned out. No. I want Oprah Winfrey to interview me. The View. Be on Fox News talking about Donald Trump. Like being on T.S. Madison. No, because I would be shady. I'll be saying, you know what I'm saying. I say too much and we'll be arguing on there. But I want to be on Fox News, The View, a conservative network, conservative radio. I'd rather be on something like that. You know what I'm saying? Not, T.S. Madison. Like, my mind is on something totally different. Absolutely not. I don't want to go CS Madison show because I'm gonna be saying, why do you make fun of that lady with that maxi pad? You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, I'd be bringing that up. I'd be messy. I'd be bringing up stuff. You know what I'm saying? I bring a whole maxi pad. You know, let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Okay, it's CS Madison and Lee Daniels is CS Madison. Lee Daniels, move to Atlanta. We want your chasing Atlanta. You can show us chasing your dream in media. I'm tired of seeing all the rappers, singers, and designers. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I think Atlanta would be the city that I might move to. Yeah, definitely. Child, my allergies. Let me tell y'all something before we go. We want to thank y'all so very much. You and Sister Conservative should do a show together. Absolutely. Lee Daniels want to wear heels. You heard him mention heels. I didn't even check the Lee Daniels interview. I got to definitely check it out. But I'm about to go to a 24-hour pharmacy to give me some allergy medicine. Because when I tell you my nose stopped up, my throat, I'm like, these allergies is just really, really bad. I done lost my appetite. Like these allergies is kicking my behind. So I'm gonna have to find me a 24-hour pharmacy. You know, I don't even know if Walmart open up 24/7, you know, so I can give me some allergy medicine. So I can, you know, yeah. No, see if you want okay. Let me see. I'm just reading y'all comments here. Did y'all enjoy my review? Moderator, how we deal with the thumbs up? Bright Star, how we deal with the stuff? How we deal with the thumbs up? Let me check. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video. Walmart be closed at 11. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Walmart used to open up at 24/7, right? Because these allergies is kicking my behind. Yeah, how we doing with the thumbs up? Like I miss the 24 hour. I used to go to Walmart like at 1, 2 o'clock just to walk around and just order, you know, get stuff. But now stuff be closed early. You know about yourself. You know, change your mindset. Yeah, thank you. Absolutely. CVS still open. Thank you. Thank you to the 121. Oh, thank you so very much. It is, I don't know what that is. Get a what? Different users get a different. Okay. I don't know what that is. This user. Because these allergies. Woo. Well, thank y'all so very much. We'll see you in the next live. I got about 3 other stories so I'm going to cover tomorrow because y'all just sending me topics. I thank y'all producers. Don't stop. Keep sending me stories. Keep sending me topics. Y'all are sending me topics all day, every day. Y'all don't stop. I got a person that round the clock, they send me stories on Instagram, on Twitter. I even had to check my Twitter DM. I was getting stories. But we thank y'all so very much. Also, we did an amazing show on Station Head. Thank y'all so very much. Make sure y'all go check that out. We will see y'all in the next live. Thank y'all so very much. And I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, y'all.